Welcome back to Taste Washington. Hi, I'm Christopher Chan, Advanced Sommelier, and welcome to Taste Washington 2023. Today we have over 200 Washington wineries, 50 Washington restaurants, and hundreds of people about to taste some of the best whites, rosés, reds, and bubbles here in the Pacific Northwest. For Washington Wine, there's plenty of stories about having a farmstead in Eastern Washington and learning to fall in love with wine, growing grapes for the first time. But there's also many stories about people who find a career change and find a passion. I think we all have our epiphany at some point in wine. I know when mine was, but I'm here with Paul Beveridge, a former environmental attorney who in the 80s decided he wanted to get in the wine game. Paul, tell me how you got started in wine.
Oh, I just love it too much, and spent lots of time tasting great wines. And my boss at my law firm was an Italian. He had 3 barrels in his house. I figured if he can make partner at a big law firm, and with 3 barrels, I should have a barrel under my house too. And then it just got out of hand.
That did get out of hand.
Couldn't drink it all myself, so we started buying more and making more wine, and here I am, 35 years later, Seattle's oldest winery.
You have an affinity for Italian varieties. How did that come about? Was that the old boss?
Well, it was a little bit, but we were making Cab and Merlot and actually Oregon Pinot Noir, and then Clipson Vineyard on Red Mountain said, hey, we don't have a buyer for our Nebbiolo. Are you interested? I love Barolo, Barbaresco. So we started, that's the second oldest planting in Nebbiolo in the state. And that just immediately differentiated me from every other winery in Washington. So we've continued, I love Italy. We're in the slow wine guide now. Now we have Barbera, Sangiovese, Nebbiolo, Washington State's first Sagrantino, and the more the merrier.
Taste Washington would not be complete. 200 wineries, we need some food. And we have 50 restaurants here at Taste Washington. Some of the finest, most generous hospitalitarians, culinary artists in the state, in our region. Got some bubbles here today. What are you pouring me?
This is the sparkling rosé, 100% Malbec.
100% Malbec rosé, which is pretty big in Argentina, and that's where I first had my first sparkling Malbec.
Did you?
Okay. These grapes are not the typical sparkling wine grapes. Where's your inspiration for using these varieties?
Well, Gamache Vineyard is a colder site, so I picked August 14th in 2021. So they have nice acidity. Just because we always think of sparkling wine being Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier, and Chardonnay doesn't mean we have to do that here in Walla Walla.
Well, that's for sure, and I'm glad you're not. This is really a complex wine. It has a lot of texture and some chew to it. There's a lees contact. There's a toastiness here. This hasn't seen oak, has it?
No, it has not. And it was on the lees for 1 year. So it tastes toasted almond in the background.
Well, that's one of the things that give sparkling wines a lot of complexity, a lot of texture, and a lot of flavor. Congratulations, I dig it. Thank you. Raising a glass to the staff of the Wine Commission, all the volunteers, and of course all the winemakers that took time to be here, the restaurants, the staff, everybody. Here's to you, and here's to Washington Wine.